trick here. It's good, really good. A little trick here. Sometimes I'll take my finger here and I'll put it here as an anchor. And I do that because if I don't have it there, when you're playing really fast, it can get a little sloppy, right? Because then your hand might get a little out of tune. So if you can, lean your hand down, put a finger right there, and then try it. So if you're going here, you're going. So try that again. See if you guys can do that. Put the finger up there as a little anchor. And way over, reach it way over. Amazed. This is incredible.
Oh, tremendous. Very good players.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So that's an alzapua, but that's a modern alzapua. Okay, that's what guys like Paco de Lucia, Vicente Amigo do, Tomatito, if you ever heard of those guys. Old school alzapua used to be like. Which is kind of a cool technique, but we'll save that for another time, okay? But just so if anybody said, that's alzapua, well, I know it is this way. Well, yeah, that's a different alzapua, but that's kind of an old school technique. Which is still really cool, and you're starting to see these modern guys bringing it back, right? Forever they just like, it's old school, but now you see it, which is really cool. All right, let's take a look at tremolo, okay? Now, if you play classical guitar, you know it goes thumb, and then typically you would go A, M, I, right? That's typically the way we do in classical. And there's some variations, but in flamenco, we not always, but typically we'll add one finger, one note to it. If I'm playing a tremolo very, very fast, I'm going to play the classical tremolo in flamenco. And I can do that. Nobody says you have to play it this way. And that's why I said there's different variations. But we're going to look at the tremolo, and we're going to look at different accents of that tremolo. Because everybody thinks it's one. And until you really jump in there, you're like, oh wow, it's really kind of a cool little way they do things. So if you know the tremolo, great. If you don't, then just kind of watch. But so we would go classical, right? And one thing we want to do again, we want to keep our rest strokes, right? Now, couple different ways we play the tremolo flamenco. We could do a gallop, or we could play it as straight as possible. I like a gallop. Okay, straight for me is a little bit boring. But you listen to certain classical guys, it's like perfectly, every note they play is like perfect amount of difference. Well, in flamenco, we don't necessarily want that. So a lot of times, if I'll play something, I'll go kind of a gallop. Versus some people might play kind of straight. That's okay too, depending what you want, right? And depending how you're feeling. Gallop. And then more straight. I'm still trying to keep my rest strokes. See what I'm doing with my thumb? So let's try to do it right now, if you can. And if you've never done it before, if you're a beginner, guess what? If you do this for about a week or two, you'll get it. Because you're like, oh my God, it's insane. Yeah.
Are you playing rest stroke just with thumb or all fingers?
No, just with thumb.
Yeah.
Just with thumb, yeah. So let's just try it, everybody, really slowly. Just So in the flamenco, we're going to go thumb, I, and then we'll go A, M, I. So we'll go thumb, I, A, M, I. Okay? Let's just try it. See what you guys come up with.
So where in flamenco you go, it would be thumb, and then
Yeah.